Hello, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving week.
Happy Thanksgiving week. I think we're personally internally calling this Gratitude Week. I think for us, this is a full circle moment to reflect on where we're at this point, individually, where we're at with what we're doing collaboratively, and then also just to reflect back on this year. I think as we get into the holidays, that's always kind of what starts happening around Thanksgiving. You kind of have, it's that point where you have 2 more months left to reach those goals or to end things off on a positive note, wrap up the year on a positive note.
I think we put up a post yesterday or 2 days ago that said something like, we're always about gratitude, and it's always gratitude season around here. But there's something really special about Thanksgiving week and the holidays, and it just makes you more aware of everything that there is to be grateful for.
Absolutely. And I think that for us individually, I think recently things have kind of reminded us of things we need to be grateful for. And I think all of us need, like, regardless of whatever we've been through, whatever each of you all have been through individually in your own regard this year, as heavy as it's been, or as some of us have had, maybe when you look back at it, things that are not so heavy and others that have really dealt with some really heavy stuff, from loss to having to rebuild yourself or whatever the case is, we're all doing it in some capacity or another. And I think to reflect back now on what we've learned from that is a way that we probably hadn't looked at those obstacles, those bumps in the road. But I think if we're going to move forward, it's always good to kind of reflect back and kind of remind ourselves we're still here and we're still able to continue to do whatever it is that we're doing, whatever it is that motivates us. And we kind of wanted to have that little moment with ourselves in a vulnerable place.
I think on that note about like being grateful for things that happen that are hard, things, obstacles, the struggles. A lot of times light comes out of them, and that's for us. That's what happened in this beautiful project that we've created, which is this podcast, this video channel, this platform to share more of ourselves and our passions and our purpose. But this year was hard, and it made us internalize. It made us look a little bit deeper, and through that, I think we realized that our passion is to serve our community in a deep and impactful way, through health, through wellness, through sharing a space where everyone is included, to share our struggles, our triumphs, and everything along the way. Right. And so going through all of that self-discovery has led us to here. And so even though it was hard and scary, I'm really grateful for it, because Absolutely. Here we are today. And to me, this is the first step in accomplishing many dreams along this path.
Yes, 100% yes, 1,000% yes, because I'm grateful for a lot of things that I know all of us say off the bat, our family, our friends, our health, especially this year, you can really count that and say it a little bit more, I feel it a little bit more when you say it. I know that that's not the case for everybody this time of the year. That's not the case for everybody this past year. There's been a lot of loss. There's been a lot of more of a darker time, right? And I think that in any situation where there's dark, there's always light, and we got to be able to find that in something or another, or we need to be the people creating it for other people. And I think that that's what I'm grateful for right now, is that I want to be a part of helping people be a light to other people, even when, I normally like to think in my day-to-day personally that I want to always help somebody, and I know sometimes that comes off ungenuine to certain people. I think it's because of the line of work I'm in and the way I've usually carried myself with friends and on a daily basis. Like, people think that there's nothing special about it, but it does take effort. It does take
it's like that saying that goes, just because babies are born every minute doesn't make it any less beautiful.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's
That's one way to look at it.
Kind of in
Actually,
line with that. It's just like, just because you love giving back all the time doesn't mean it's any less genuine or special.
True. And I think, for me, this year made that feel harder to do, because how do you compete with everything just constantly being something that was something negative, and trying to pull somebody, and yet everybody's dealing with an individual thing that kind of made what was already going on a global scale seem so much more heavier and so much more dark. But I went through that, and you've gone through that, and for me, a combination of finding an outlet in working out and focusing on something gave me, provided an outlet for me. And then this, our meeting, our connection, our realization of the passions that we both share, and then stepping out of our comfort zones to say
100%.
Stepping out of it and saying let's do something with that, and knowing that we don't know how to get there, we don't know how to start, we don't know how it's going to evolve, but we're here at this point. We've already taken the steps that have put us in we've committed already, and
we're here and we're not going anywhere.
No.
So it's hard. I will admit that we have a lot going on in our everyday lives that is separate from this. We have our full-time jobs, and we wear several hats. But this is something that we've both committed to because we really know that there's something here. We want to create that space for you guys. We want it to be a space where everyone is included, where everyone gets to share, where all stories are important, where all stories help you to grow and to inspire you. It makes you see the world through all different lenses. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey. We don't know what we're doing half the time, which is like the story of my life.
But we're grateful for it, right? We're grateful that we can try.
Grateful for the opportunity that we get to.
Yeah. We
don't have to, we get to.
Yeah. And I'll pose a quick question to you, and I think that, that I know it's going to be a loaded question because there's so many different things that you've grown and evolved into this past year. And I've seen it in the past 7 months, 6 or 7 months that it's already been that we've kind of been collaborating. But what are you most grateful for overcoming in this past year, in 2020, or in this process?
That is a loaded question.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I think the thing that I'm most grateful for overcoming is I won't say dislike for myself, but let me explain.
Yeah.
So I think that I've become a lot more comfortable with myself this year, in terms of, I think I was trying to put myself in a box previously, like, there's a nice little place for you over here, but
and that's it.
Yeah, like you think that you're supposed to stay in the confines of that box. But I think I let go a lot of things that I was trying to control before, and I wasn't allowing myself to experience more, and I was trying to keep myself in that box. So I've discovered myself. I've learned more about who I am, and not only learned, but accepted that it's who I am. And I no longer put myself in a box. I'm all boxes.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere.
Absolutely.
I'm every color. I'm every shape. I'm every, whatever. I'm every category. And so to finally accept that about myself has led me to a lot of bigger, more meaningful things, like discovering my gifts and knowing what my purpose is in life and how to use those gifts to fulfill that bigger purpose. So that's what I'm grateful for this year, is taking that dive into myself to unpack all of that and to put me on a path that I know is is for the greatest good. It's for my highest purpose.
Absolutely. That's I could see that in the time that we've, you know, have.
That was really hard to say, by the way.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm swallowing stones sharing all these
no,
things.
and that's the beauty of this process, and you're doing exactly what we want others to do. We're these are the conversations that are really. This conversation is probably the realest, unprepared, unfiltered.
Yeah, have you seen our backdrop?
Yeah, we literally just decided to pop in. We were debating on what this would be for this episode this week, and I think turning on the camera and talking about what we're grateful for, what this means to us, and really kind of getting vulnerable about where we stand with it is appropriate right now.
So it's your turn. Go. Spill it.
I feel that, you know, this year started off, you know, even before, you know, everything that's shifted because of the pandemic that we're living in. I made a commitment to.
Oh, there goes the good lighting. It's okay.
Oh well. We made the commitment to or I made the commitment, I'm sorry, to myself and kind of like, I'm gonna put this up here in some regard, actually.
I don't even think it shows.
It does. You have to put yours on too. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, keep talking.
That I was going to make a conscious effort to change habits, to break certain things, to take myself out of my comfort zone. And when I started doing that, it was on merely a physical level. I wanted to do it on a workout level and take myself out of my comfort zone. And in that process, I learned that I was very weak in a lot of regards, in a lot of things that I didn't have the drive for, that I didn't know I could push myself to do, and then also realizing that there's a struggle in things, and you need to be strong mentally if you want to be strong physically, or spiritually, or in anything that you want to do. So kind of breaking that down, and then being broken down by the heaviness of everything and the fear of the uncertainty and all that stuff and then also internal personal struggles that I've been dealing with for more than just the past couple of years, of just really figuring out who I am, what I want for myself, what is important to me, and what I ultimately want to do for not just temporarily but long term, and who I am at this stage of my life has been something that I've been, you know, really figuring out and trying to get more comfortable with this year. And I'm grateful for meeting you and having the opportunity to open up, to like be vulnerable, but then have your acceptance and your comfort and your like push to tell me that it's okay, and then we can do these things and still help other people and still be who we are authentically, and
every day is a struggle, my friend.
Yeah, and it's been and that, if you know, we haven't realized that at this point of the year, and then we're about to wrap up, you know, it's a fact, you know, where every day is a struggle. And I think that when we can look back at whatever it is that we're dealing with, whether it's an illness, whether it's a professional struggle, whether it's an internal struggle, relationship struggle, an identity struggle, anything that it is that we're trying to deal with right now, we have to bring it back to basics and look at what we have and be thankful and be grateful, and then just build on those things and continue to be a source of inspiration, if not for ourselves, for at least anybody that, you know, is important to us. And I think that's what you've served for me. And I'm grateful for that.
Same.
You know, I'm grateful for that.
I actually want to challenge you and you to something that kind of started my gratitude journey. And it started off as a very maybe mechanical exercise that has led into a more organic and natural approach to you know, what I feel daily now at every second in my life. Like, my gratitude journey started very much as just something mechanical that I had maybe read in a magazine. I knew it was good for you to do. Write 3 things, write 5 things.
Yeah.
Do it every day, make it a habit. And yes, it is. It's very much like it's an exercise that will help you in your everyday life. But if you start just simply with taking the time to write 3 things down in the morning that you're grateful for, and just try to do that every single day, it'll get to the point where it is the most natural thing. Everything that you do every waking second of your life will feel magical. You'll feel like it's an opportunity, not like something that you were supposed to have, because we're not supposed to have anything. Everything is just a bonus in life.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
nothing's promised.
Yeah. So I challenge you to write 3 things down in the morning that you're grateful for. It can be as simple as coffee or the breath that you breathe, to something heavier, deeper.
Rapid recovery juice.
It could be a rapid recovery juice from Shake Express.
Shameless plug. That's my thing. I busted out of it because I'm a big fan. Sorry, not sorry.
But yeah, it can be something basic to something like, you're grateful that you're alive because you had a near-death experience. So, I mean, it could be anything. So try it out and see how it's going to change your life. I promise you that if you can repeat that every single day, it will become the most natural thing. It'll become like the air that you breathe.
Challenge accepted.
All right. Shake on it.
I don't know.
Pinky promise.
There you go.
That feels better.
There you go.
Okay.
I
So
know pinky.
y'all have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Thanks
guys.
for joining us in this off-the-cuff episode of Living the Journey.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. And I do want to really quick, for if my family watches, I am thankful for you guys. I actually want to give
Yes,
a quick
absolutely.
shout out to that, because that's been something that I don't think I've mentioned to them individually or as as a whole. But yeah, I'm gonna say that without trying to get emotional. But yes, I'm very grateful for the support and very thankful for that. I have to say it that.
That's awesome, friend. If you all aren't following us yet, we're on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube at Living the Journey RGB. You all have a happy, blessed Thanksgiving. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.